Well, howdy. Going to have a look at the Victorinox Evogrip 14. This is part of the current Victorinox Delamont range, which are the old Wenger knives. Victorinox bought out Wenger a few years ago now, and they've kept a few models in their line, now branded obviously as Victorinox, but yeah, these are based on the old Wenger knives. Evolution Grip 14. It's an 85mm model. So here we are next to a Victorinox 91mm model. So it is a little bit smaller. This is the Climber, which I guess is the closest equivalent from Victorinox. There we go. So the Evogrip 14 is a fair bit shorter. Well, a few millimeters, isn't it? But it does make a difference in the way it feels in your pocket and your hand, I guess. A bit shorter. But these ergonomic-y style scales do make it feel a bit bulkier in the hand. It kind of is the same thickness, is it? Not quite. There is a slight difference in thickness there, yeah, and these scales sort of flare right in the middle. It does feel really nice in the hand. I like it, and what makes this the Evogrip is obviously these rubberized inserts. I quite like the way this feels in your hand. It sits really nicely, and these rubber grips are excellent. I absolutely hate the way that Celador, the material on these, can sometimes feel a bit slippy, shiny. It's horrible. It looks quite nice, and I should imagine it's really cheap, and Victorinox are always going to continue to use this. But especially if you've cleaned and oiled your knife, these can get really sheeny and slippery. I hate that. So yeah, these rubber inserts really do feel lovely. Tool set wise, I really like the tool set on this. Very good. You get this, the main blade, very similar to the standard old school Victorinox main blade. This has a slightly deeper belly on here. I do quite like this shape. A nice bit of belly on that blade. It's good. It's the same steel, corrosion resistant, not super hard, but really easy to keep sharp. It's good. I like the blades on all Victorinoxes. Then on a lot of the Victorinox 91mm and their 84mm range, you get a secondary small blade, which that's fine, isn't it? But I'd much rather have the file tool, which you do get on the Evogrip 14, because it's not just a grooming tool to me. This makes quite a decent little driver for small Phillips screws. It's a good prodder, poker, general little prizer. And the file, if you look at a Victorinox Sportsman, the file on there covers the whole of the backside of the file tool, and it's a single cut file, a nice aggressive file, really effective on wood, plastic and nails. This file on here is contained in a tiny little oblong there. It's a little oblong of this sandpaper effect, whatever that finish is. It's not very good. I don't like it. I don't like that it doesn't go to the end. If you want a file's got to fit into that space there. It's not as effective a file as the one on the Sportsman or the Cadet. So yeah, while I do prefer having this file tool to a secondary small blade, I don't think it's as well implemented on the Evogrip 14. Then you get the Wenger style flathead screwdriver and bottle opener. This is good because if you push with force on there, the screwdriver then does lock into place, meaning it can't fall down onto your fingers. A really nice safety feature. That's good. Then on the other side, they've replaced the old style Wenger curved can opener to swap it for the Victorinox one. I think this works fine as a can opener on those very rare occasions when you might need one nowadays. And you get the benefit of the added small Victorinox flat driver tip there, which also works well on Phillips screws. So yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. On the back, corkscrew. Store your glasses screwdriver in there, all those little tinder sets, firelighting sets. Fine. You also get the Victorinox excellent little tool. I really like having this on there, useful for boring holes, marking stuff, as a ferro rod striker, a scraper, a secondary blade, or if you don't want to get your big blade gunked up. Dead useful tool, should be on everything. You get a slot for a toothpick and the tweezers, and these have been swapped from the rubbish old Wenger toothpick and tweezers, which I think were far inferior to the Victorinox ones. So they're now the Victorinox ones, which is fine. Then what you get that you don't get on any of the Victorinox 84mm knives are these scissors, the old Wenger pattern scissors. They're a bit weird because when you press the scissors, the whole thing moves up and down, so you can't really get as much control or precision on those, can you? They work absolutely fine, but if you compare them to the Victorinox scissors, one blade just moves down there. That's good. This, the whole thing, both sides of the blades move. Bit odd. Works, that's absolutely fine. I absolutely love the Victorinox, standard Victorinox scissors. They're really, really good, really effective, really precise and fine. These scissors, based on the old Wenger pattern, have really slight serrations on. If you use them for nail maintenance, it leaves your nails with a really rough edge. And then you have to fish the file tool out and file your nail down. Anyway, I guess these would be better for cutting through tougher materials with the little serrations. They'll really bite into, I guess, thicker twine, nylon twine and stuff. They'll kind of rip stuff like that apart better than these smooth ones. So that's fine. But excellent to have a pair of scissors in the, this model, the 85mm range. That's good. And something that is missing from all of Victorinox's own 84mm models. One issue I have with this is that for the standard 91mm and the 84mm Victorinox range, you can source plus scales, which gives you a slot for the pen and a little slot for the pen in there, which is lovely. I like having a pen on me, definitely. A pin has come in useful on occasion. I've never seen any or many at all aftermarket scales for these that allow you to have a pen slot and a pin slot in there. A bit of a shame, it's not the end of the world, is it? But yeah, I do like this. I really like these grip inserts. They're excellent, and the ergonomic handle is nice, and it's nice to have the scissors on a slightly smaller model there. Oh, I nearly forgot to say, this was January 2023. This was 40 quid off of Amazon. The Climber, which is I guess the nearest old Victorinox comparable model, is 25 quid currently on Amazon. You know what I mean? Why is this so much more expensive? Is it worth it? I do like it. I do like it a lot, but it has got some things I'm personally not dead happy with. I wish the file was like the file on other Victorinoxes with the file tool, which is much better. And while these scissors are fine, and this mechanism here is probably going to be stronger than this little spring on here, although I must say I've only ever had one of these go on me over the years. I do prefer these scissors. So yeah, I don't know. Is this worth the extra cash for you? Do you like this model? I do like it. I just don't think it's perfect. No Victorinox is perfect though, is it? Wish they had a tool selector on there where you could build your own on their website or something. Custom mods are incredibly expensive. Yeah. What do you reckon? So much more expensive. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. Thank you, and I hope you're having a good day. Adios.